Yo, what is going on YouTube? Jay here, back at it with another Heybike. This is the Ranger S. It is a fully foldable e-bike. It comes with a 750 watt motor and a peak power of 1800 watts. It has a maximum speed of 28 miles an hour, but by now we have unlocked it and it can go up to 32 miles an hour with a maximum range of 55. It has a maximum load capacity of 400 pounds. It weighs about 76 pounds and the tires are 20 inch by 4 inches. Also, it comes with hydraulic brakes as well. And inside of the box, we get pretty much everything we need, including things like the pedals. We get the headlight. The headlight came separate, as you guys can observe right here. And yes, you do get the manuals. You do get the front mounting bracket as well with the charger, and this one is a 4 amp charger, so it's able to charge it a little bit faster than your typical one. So for everything you guys are getting, this e-bike is only $1,200, and the fact that it comes with the hydraulic brakes on the front and the rear, and you get that little rack on the rear side as well, it makes it quite impressive. Like I said, this is a fully foldable e-bike. And the assembly is really straightforward. Don't forget that you have that little stopper on the brakes so that when you put the front tire on, it doesn't interfere with your assembly. And in this case, as you guys can tell, we are using my power tools just because it makes it a little bit faster. But you can use the tools included with the e-bike and it will work just fine. The cool part here, like I said, about this headlight is the fact that it has the turn signals. And it has an integrated horn as well. This one has electronic horn, which is again very impressive. This e-bike has a lot of impressive features, and if you look at the wheels, they are made out of aluminum, and they are quite sturdy. Now, these are not the best for off-roading, but we're going to talk about that later. Right now we are installing here the steering bar, and this is the foldable part. So the cool part is that you can get it tight as I'm doing here, and then on the sides is where you calibrate it so that it goes straight when you are riding, of course. So now we are adjusting here the display. The tires have to be set to about 20 psi for the front and the rear as well. These tires are quite typical on these e-bikes, so nothing special here. We do have a 7-speed Shimano system, which works absolutely great. The frame has been reinforced as well, and overall it is a great e-bike. Right here I am checking all the bolts and nuts, making sure everything is nice and tight. And one of the last things that we will install is the seat. It is fully adjustable and you don't need any tools to put it on. With the assembly completed, I have to say that I've added already a few miles into this e-bike, and I am quite impressed with the overall quality of it. So if you look here, we have these leather feeling type of handle grips, and they have very nice stitches here on the back side, and they are super grippy and comfortable to the hand. Next, we have here the hydraulic brakes, as I mentioned before, and these are RSX branded. Also, we get the little dial pad here for everything that this e-bike comes with. Now, something I did notice is that even though the e-bike is powered off, everything is still on this side. So you have to be careful, because if you leave something on accidentally, you will deplete the battery. But we do have here the button for the headlight. We get the turn signals. Again, now we have them on the front and the back. Very nice. And the electronic horn as well, which creates a lot of attention. And on the middle side here, we have the display. It looks of great quality, and to be honest, it's quite bright, and you can still view it with polarized glasses. We have the on and off switch right here. So as you guys can tell, we have the pedal assist. We already have 17.1 miles on here, and then we have the little dial pad so that we can increase and decrease the pedal assist. I did unlock it, and it is not so hard to do. On the side here, we have another headlight button and a selector along, like I said before, with the power key. We have the 7-speed Shimano system and the throttle, in which I'm going to activate to show you that it is claiming that it can do up to 34 miles an hour, guys. That's quite amazing. And to unlock it, all you really have to do is press and hold the plus and minus, and then when you get to the P settings, I believe it's going to be P07. This is the one right here. You hit on the select right here on the upper button on the side, and then from here you can increase the miles that you want this to go. So it came at 28 exactly, and then I went ahead and increased it all the way up to 39, which is the maximum you can do. And then you press and hold again the plus and minus, and that should exit. And if it doesn't, then all you have to do is simply turn it off and then turn it back on, and everything should be set to go, guys. So let's go ahead and try the speed. And you can see that again we can do up to 34, but in reality with my weight I went up to 31.5 miles an hour, which is very fast for an e-bike of this price. Also, we have auto. I think that if you press and hold auto, I mean I can't see it right now, but let's see, there's a button there that says auto. I don't know if that's for the cruise control. It could be it. But so far I haven't been able to really do anything with it. But besides that, guys, that's pretty much all we get here for the handlebars. They are working great. Everything is working fantastic. Well, we just made it here to the Dyers Park in West Palm Beach. This is a park known for hills. It used to be a landfill, and then it got retired of being a landfill, and they converted it into a decent park so that we can test this particular e-bike. This is the Ranger S, a fully foldable e-bike with a lot of great specifications, including a 750 watt motor, as I explained before. This one has a 14.4 amp hour battery, able to give us up to 55 miles in range, and it does come with a rear rack as well. And this one has alloy rims, but we have 20 by 4-inch tires. It doesn't have rear suspension, but we do have an adjustable front suspension right there. You can lock it, and you can also adjust the rebound on the other side. And of course you can add accessories to it, like baskets on the front, and even on the rear rack you can add a basket if that's what you're aiming for. The battery is totally removable. The pedals are foldable. Like I said before, it folds in half. Very easy to unfold. It does weigh about 76 pounds approximately. So if you're not comfortable picking it up on your own, then I will suggest you get some help. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Do the things that we typically do. Test the speed, the brakes, the hill climb, and some other components as well. Well, I just hope for the best and that you guys are able to see everything here on the handlebar. So we are all set here with the Heybike. And let me tell you something about Heybike, guys. They have come a long way. I've been doing a lot of research on their company and some of their e-bikes. Actually, I have had the honor to test them. And these e-bikes are definitely on top tier, and I can just assure you that, guys. I mean, these e-bikes are not simpy whatsoever. They're not cheaply made. They work as described, and I am actually impressed with what you get for the value. So in this case, we're talking about an e-bike that costs around $1,000. And well, right now here we are testing the pedal assist number 1, and with this e-bike, the pedal assist does work with the throttle. I've seen other e-bikes where it doesn't matter on what pedal assist you are, the throttle is going to give you maximum speed all the time. Well, this one, that's not the case. If I pedal or hit the throttle, it's going to do exactly the same. It doesn't go any faster or slower. So there we go, guys. Speed number 1, or pedal assist number 1, will take us to 10 miles an hour. Now we got pedal assist number 2. That is taking us here to 14 miles an hour. And then we have pedal assist 3. Let's see how far that's going to take us. And now we're doing about 19 miles an hour, almost 20. So that's pedal assist number 3 so far. And here we have an incline. It is not a very aggressive incline. and this thing is eating it like nothing happened, guys. That's the beauty, as I say, of having a 750 watt motor with a peak power. They're claiming that this one can do up to 1800 watts, which is a big promise. And I can tell you guys that even from the get-go, this e-bike is very torquey. This one has 90 Newton meters of torque, but it actually shows it. There's a lot of manufacturers out there that claim, yeah, we have 90 Newton meters of torque, and then when you go test it, it doesn't feel anything like it. So anyways, here we are doing now pedal assist number 4. And let's see, this should take us to about 23 miles an hour approximately. And we are doing 22 right now. Yep, 22. And finally, we have pedal assist number 5. And this should take us between 30 and 32 miles an hour, just about, guys. Now keep in mind that I'm a heavy set guy. Depending on what I ate that day, I could weigh 5 pounds more or maybe 5 pounds less. So let's go ahead and try pedaling and see if it makes any difference. But so far we were able to do up to 26 miles an hour. But I say every e-bike that can do at least 25 miles an hour, it is a decently fast e-bike. Maybe that's why we were doing only 28 today. I forgot to unlock it. Check that out. And we can bring this up to 39. There we go. We simply turn it back off and then we turn it back on. Let's see how fast we can go going in favor of the wind, which is the opposite side. Let's see. There we go. I can feel the help from the back. I can feel the wind definitely be in my favor now. And I think that's going to be reflected on the speed, guys. So this is proof right here that, yep, that wind does affect it. We're doing 29. I'm not sure if you can see that. Trying to increase here. We're almost doing 30. 29.6. 0.8. Come on. Running out of road here. We got to 29.8, guys. Let's say 30. So there we go. We were able to do 30 on this e-bike in favor of the wind. So we have the Shimano system here. I'm going to lower my pedal assist, and so we're going to go all the way to 1. All right, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They're all working as they should. It came perfectly calibrated, no issues. I recently had an e-bike that had issues with the Shimano, and that was the luck keep. I had to recalibrate it because it didn't come calibrated out of the box, unfortunately. We're gonna do just a little bit of off-roading here. This area where I'm at has a little bit of gravel. Just keep in mind, guys, that this is not really designed for heavy-duty off-road. Reason being is that we have solid rims. We don't have the spoke rims. Typically, when you get fat tires and spoke rims, that's a good indication that the bike sort of came ready for off-roading. But then, of course, if you have rear suspension and front suspension, then that's an obvious indication that the bike will be capable of doing some off-road. You know, the reason that off-road is so severe is because of the terrain, guys. It's really rough. It's really rough for the bike, and it could be rough for you as well. In this case, at this price point for this e-bike, if you're planning to get it, I will suggest to buy the suspension seat if you're going to do some off-roading, because for the good side, this e-bike does have a very powerful motor. Like I said before, it won't leave you stranded. And pretty soon we're gonna do a hill climb test here. But right now we are seeing here that even though this is not very aggressive type of off-roading, but it is sufficient for us to know that the bike is capable of doing it. It's just the backside, unless you have a suspension seat, it's gonna feel very rough on your buttocks. I like having thumb throttles because for some reason it just makes it so natural to give it throttle. Unlike the half twist throttles, those are kind of weird. Like I said, when you have a high handlebar like this one here, this thing can go as high as like up here. Right now I have it just about where my chest is, and maybe a little lower, but that's just my preference. But yes, I can make it a little bit higher. And again, having a high handlebar calls for that's the maximum you can do right there, guys. So having a high handlebar calls for a thumb throttle. So anyways, guys, here we are doing the hill climb. This is about a 15 degree, maybe a little more, and we are doing it on pedal assist number 5, and it keeps increasing speed. We're doing it at 20 miles an hour. Pretty sure you can see that. Maybe I need to lower this again. I just put it a little bit higher. There you go. I think that's a lot better for you guys. So anyways, I let go of the throttle. I'm hitting the throttle, and this is the steepest side. And we still did it at 14, almost 14 miles an hour, guys. Now here's another great thing about this e-bike, and it has to do with the battery. This is a 14.4 amp hours. I don't know why they didn't round it off to 14, but it is a 14.4, and I was able to do up to almost 30 miles the other day, riding it hard and with my weight, guys. So I got it to, I did charge it when it was brand new. I put like about a mile on it, and then I charged it fully, and I invited my stepson for a ride. He went on the Luck Keep M5, and I took this one, and we did a long ride. It took us almost the whole day. I mean, it took us some time. I won't say the whole day, but it took us some time. And around 20, I think it was like 25, 24 miles. I think it was 25. I was at about 18%, okay? So out of the 55 that are claiming, if you are a heavy set person like myself and you're doing pedal assist 5 all the time, hardly pedaling, you're gonna get around 30 miles maximum on this e-bike. And when it comes to the handling, all right, this e-bike is very, very nice. The brakes are very responsive. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do a stopping power soon. But the tires are very well balanced. I don't feel any vibrations, anything that I would say makes you feel unsafe. I mean, as you can tell right now, my hands are hardly moving. The bike is feeling very, very nice. The handling is great. The tires are very nice and grippy, especially on the road. These are wide tires, 4 inches. And something I almost forgot to mention here, guys, is the fact that this e-bike came with a 4 amp charger, so it charges very fast. The other day when I was at 15%, I put it to charge, and about 3 hours and a half, I had a green light on the charger, which is quite surprising. We're doing about 23 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and stop right here. And as you can see or heard, I actually skid. So I was doing 23, almost 24 miles an hour, which is a little bit higher than average, guys. And I stopped from where this pine tree is, okay? So that took a good, I would say maybe 13, 14 feet, which is quite average on these e-bikes. On pretty much most of them, honestly. But the fact that I was able to skid gives me the indication that I was probably able to stop even a little bit more aggressively, but the skidding kind of made it a little bit impossible at the same time. But if you have paid attention, you will notice that these brakes don't squeal at all. giving us the indication that we have very nice braking pads. The paint and the welds on it are also great. I love this blue color. It's kind of like that blue mixed with teal, but the blue is popping more, if that makes sense, and it is a metallic color. So it makes it look very nice, especially when there's a nice sunny day outside and the bike is clean. It looks gorgeous, guys. And sometimes these are things that the cameras unfortunately don't really give that information entirely. So I'm just trying my best here to describe it, but it is a very, very nice color. Also, something that I went through that you guys should know is that when you adjust your stem right here, because this thing comes apart, when you are adjusting this, I think this is a 6mm screw right there, you have to make sure that it's quite tight, but not too tight. Just try to move this and make sure that it moves freely, because I went too tight and then this was very, very tight as well. So I had to loosen it up just a little bit so that it doesn't clunk, because if you do it too softly, then it's going to clunk a lot here and you might damage the bearings. And then if you do it too tight, it's going to be too firm on there. So just try to grab, you know, a ratchet with a 6mm Allen set and or Allen socket, and then just try to get it as tight as you can where you don't overdo it. That way everything stays nice and firm on here. Well guys, this will conclude today's unboxing, assembly and review of the Heybike Ranger S. This is one of the most impressive foldable e-bikes for the money that I've seen in quite a while. It is a pretty complete e-bike, with the exception that we don't have a rear suspension system, but I already explained that you can easily fix this with a rear suspension seat post, and that'll make things a lot better. For $1,000, you're getting everything, pretty much everything that a premium bike that costs at least 40% more than this one will give you, in the sense that you're getting front and rear lights, turn signals, you're getting a 7-speed Shimano system, a foldable design, up to 32 miles in speed, and a comfy bike all around. With this being said, let me know what you think about the Heybike Ranger S. Would it be something that you consider? Is there anything else you would like me to test? Please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys on my next one.